bring this out. They're starting to bring it out, though, and Democrats stop. Democrats aren't going to stop. They're trying to cause a civil war right now. They're starting to get some purchase. Trying to start a fire, they got some fire going. All the physical attacks, shootings, bombings, the ICE facilities getting attacked, dead people everywhere. It's on, folks. And if you think it's bad now, if they really get traction, it's going to go insane. So now more than
4 dozen. That's how many people, those people died.
This is AM 730 KPP, West Memphis, Marion, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee.
Get ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. For the next hour, we will forget about the black man, we will forget about the white man, and we will deal with the human. Pastor Andre Guy is here to answer your questions from a biblical perspective. He's an humble man who's on a mission to bring the church together with a Bible and a dictionary. He will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help him God. And now, here's Pastor Andre Guy.
If those of you that will turn in your Bibles to Daniel, the third chapter of Daniel, and I'm going to start this one at verse 1, amen. We're going to deal with this whole third chapter, but I want to deal with it in bits and pieces. I got to show you something. Daniel, the third chapter, starting at verse 1, you find these holy words. The Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, and the councils, the sheriffs, and all rulers of the provinces, to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the councilors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And then a herald cried aloud, to you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, pastry, the climber, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And therefore at that time when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, pastry, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, pastry, and declaimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worship, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. And then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. I want to talk with you this morning about how you go in the struggle determines how you come out the fight. How you go in the struggle determines how you come out the fight. Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego are facing something that's very similar to what a lot of us are facing today. People that want to follow behind the crowd. They want to do what everybody else is doing, even when it displeases God. Nebuchadnezzar has made himself God. He set his own golden image up. And he said, I want you to worship my golden image. And I want you to notice what he used to get them to worship the golden image. The music. He said, when you hear the music playing, bow down and worship the golden image. And the people did it. But Shadrach, Meshach, and and they wouldn't do it. And the king got furious. You know why he got furious and went into a rage? Because, see, in order for Satan to have power, he has to have control. And he doesn't have any control. He doesn't have any power. So when you won't let him control you, that means he's out of power. And he goes into a rage and wants to attack you. You also have to remember this here why he used the music. Because when God threw Satan down to the earth, he threw his gift down with him.
Good evening, members and the rest of the world. Welcome to another edition of The Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I'm Andre Guy Reed. Q's over there. His voice done went out again twice a year. So just say hey a little bit, Q. Hey. For the next hour, let's forget about the black man. Let's forget about the white man. Let's deal with the human from a Bible perspective, if you will. This is the Truth Radio Show brought to you by the Truth Radio Network. We deal with everything from sex, race, religion, politics, and even sometimes sports from a Bible perspective. That's right, sound effects still working. Amen. 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 Reporting news, this is the Truth Radio Show. We give you the news and nobody else will give you. We had, unfortunately, another mass shooting this weekend. 8 were killed and 39 were wounded. When is it going to stop? So here's the Truth Radio Show giving you the report of the mass shooting on this weekend. Here we go.
Many people were shot from Friday night until early this morning. 9 of those people died. The latest one happened at midnight at a housing complex where 3 people were hurt. CBS 2's V. Wen is live at Chicago Police Headquarters. V.
Good morning, Aaron. This morning, police were still checking surveillance cameras to see if it can help them identify the gunman who shot 3 people at that housing complex. 1 person is now in critical condition and 2 others are stable. Officers, our nonstop news crews were there when police were called to Altgeld Gardens. That's near 130th Place and South Evans Avenue. Officers got there to find 3 victims, a man and 2 women. Police say they were standing on the sidewalk when a man walked up and started shooting. The 47-year-old man was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition, and the 2 women, a 20-year-old and a 23-year-old, are stable at Roseland Hospital. Evidence technicians found shell casings in the grass, and one of the bullets even shattered this car window.
I get 11 rounds, 1207 Southwest, from the shot spotter.
This is what it sounded like on police radio earlier in the night around 10 p.m. Officers had the Shell gas station near Roosevelt and Pulaski closed off where 4 people were shot, and this is the 2nd shooting here at this location in a week. Police say the victims were standing on the sidewalk when someone pulled up in a car and shot them. Multiple shell casings were found in the middle of the street. The victims were taken to the hospital. An 18-year-old woman is stable at Stroger. 3 men, 2 23-year-olds are stable at Mount Sinai, and a 27-year-old is in critical at Stroger. Now, police are still working to find the gunman in these 2 shootings. Again, 48 people have been shot. 9 of them have died since Friday evening. Reporting live from Chicago Police Headquarters, V. Wen, CBS 2.
Have you do the mass shooting, Q? Why hasn't that been being reported? Why did the Truth have to bring it out? Why hasn't that been being reported?
Black on black.
Oh, that's right. They're irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Because liberal Democrats, they know they can use them no matter what. You ain't got to offer them nothing. You ain't got to do nothing. You can let them live in any kind of condition. And, no, we ain't got to worry about control for them because they're irrelevant. And they are very faithful. They are faithful to the point. All you got to do is say, white supremacists, racist, and they'll vote.
Yeah, I asked that lady that question. She a Democrat. I said, "What is the platform they talking about for y'all, for the black people? What the Democrats gonna do for the black people?" And she didn't say nothing.
Yeah, well, you tell me get rid of Trump. We got to get rid of Trump. Okay, you get rid of Trump, what you gonna have? Homosexuality is going to take over the nation. They can kill babies now, even after they're born. They tell you about if they don't eliminate fossil fuel, the world gonna end in 12 years. So you got to give up your gasoline-driven vehicle and you got to refinance your house to solar energy. Wow. Ain't nothing but the devil. Nothing but you got the school teacher, Q. You saw the school teacher, didn't you? Yeah, the school teacher got suspended. I feel sorry for the school teacher, Q, because I really believe listening to him Then he really feel like he ain't did nothing wrong, Q.
Yes, that's not true.
Y'all, here's the school teacher. When you send Johnny to the public school, this is what Johnny's going to learn. This is what Johnny's going to learn.
In people. It's a derogatory racial remark that has divided people for many years.
And a Jefferson County high school teacher has now received the longest suspension on record for calling a student the N-word. WHAS Lebanon's defender Renee Murphy investigates what happened and why in this story you'll only see on 11.
Valley Traditional High School is in the middle of a racial controversy right now. A teacher used the N-word towards a student. The word is only 6 letters long, but the impact is far-reaching. And we do want to warn you that some of the language in this story is strong, and it may offend you, it may offend some other people. But since the story is not just about the N-word, it's also about the teacher's intent and definition of the word, we have decided to leave it in the story for you to decide.
And what did he say specifically to you?
Sit down, nigga.
Keyshawn Chambers is a freshman at Valley High School, a Boy Scout, a football player, a member of the ROTC, an honor roll student. He was hanging around his teacher's classroom door in December. The teacher told him to sit down, and the teacher says that Keyshawn used the N-word first.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
The school district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
He tried to say I said it, and for some, and I didn't say it, and no one else in the class knows that I said it, because I didn't.
Documents from the school investigation show that several of the students interviewed from Valley did not hear Keyshawn say the N-word first. Dawson says that students use the slang version of the N-word at Valley High School all the time. He says N-I-G-G-E-R is a racial slur, but says that students use N-I-G-G-A as often as they'd say dude or hey man. And Dawson says as much as he does not like the word, he still used the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and I'm trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it. Nigga, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. Can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was suspended for 10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training. He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using the N-word.
I will never say any form of nigga. I'm cured of that.
You should.
Paul Dawson says that he is sorry for the way things were handled, but Keyshawn says that he is not looking for any apologies.
Apologizing is going to change the fact that it happened and he's not been punished.
And punishment in your mind is?
Not having his job anymore.
Paul Dawson says that he wants there to be a steadfast policy in Jefferson County Public Schools against people using the N-word. Right now, when it is brought up, it's dealt with on a case-by-case basis with the district. And we should mention that Keyshawn is still in Paul Dawson's classroom. Dawson has been with the district for 20 years, and Keyshawn is still in that classroom because Dawson is an honors English.
You got online. Send them too. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
The caller's on the line.
Did you hear that video?
And I'm saying that's my favorite word in the English language. I use the God.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Dick Rankin said he said 10 times every morning before he gets through brushing his teeth.
My guy. Check this out. I just witnessed a miracle.
You did?
Yeah, everybody.
No, what?
This old dude named Q. He lost his voice. But when it came to defending this racist Donald Trump, it miraculously reappeared. I heard every word he said, clearly.
What do you think think about the mass shooting this weekend, man?
Well, that's us, man. You know, we can hide from it all we want, you know, but that's us. You know, that's the way we are.
But wait a minute, though. But other guy, what the liberal Democrats said, you know, the liberal Democrats, they showed up in El Paso. The liberal Democrats, they showed up in Dayton, Ohio. What the liberal Democrats at, man? You know, Republicans already said what they want to do about Chicago, don't you remember?
What they want to do?
Well, the president said that he would like to enlist federal officers to go in there and straighten this up. This is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Send in the ATF, send in the DEA, send in folks to really clean this shit up. This is unacceptable. But you know it's going to be hard. You know, they got 50 city council people. 49 of them is black and liberal Democrat, and one of them is a Republican, and one of them is an independent. So it's going to be hard cleaning that shit up.
I haven't lived in Chicago. Let me tell you about it.
We're from Chicago. Well, it was in Chicago. Barack Obama, your boy, you know the guard, the black guard, Barack Obama. You know, he got a house in Chicago, but they ain't doing nothing. Falcon style.
Yeah. That's how I live up to. Hey, I really don't want to go messing with them Southside boogie boys, man. And you take that from somebody that lived there before. If you can remember, your president threatened that. When he was running, we ain't heard nothing else about it, have we?
No, because
remember when they wouldn't even let him come in Chicago?
Right, exactly. But don't you remember my letter that I wrote to the president? Mr. President, don't try to save them. They don't want to be saved. They don't want you there. They like having mass killings every weekend and don't nobody even report it because they're irrelevant and they like being irrelevant. Don't you remember?
Yeah, let me give you another line to put onto your letter.
Okay.
All right, add this to it. They would not listen. They did not know how.
They would not listen to what?
They did not know how.
They did not know how to listen?
Right. They don't know how to listen.
So wait a minute. Now help me understand this. So you're telling me that all this exposed that I'm doing about what they doing to these people.
What a waste.
And it's a waste. So my letter's correct then. My letter's correct, Mr. President. They don't want to be saved, do they?
Like I said, just add that to the equation. Mr. President, they would not listen. They did not know how.
Is there any kind of way that we can teach them how?
Yes, you can.
How?
Okay?
Tell me.
Now,
Tell me.
listen here now. Okay. Here's how you can teach them how. Teach them that a racist president isn't helping their cause. He's only adding fuel to the fire.
He is?
Yes, he is.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Huh?
Let's say, hypothetically, like what you said is true.
Okay.
We get rid of the racist president that's hurting
We
the
will
cause.
come November of 2020.
Okay, we're gonna get rid of him. Now, who would you put in place of that person?
What a great question.
Okay.
What a great question. You want to make an answer to that here?
I do.
It's a simple answer.
Okay.
It's a simple answer.
Okay.
Anybody but Trump.
Anybody but Trump?
Anybody but Trump. Put
So it doesn't. Well, no, they don't want. What promise they don't want me? But anyway, so it doesn't matter what their policies are. It doesn't matter how it's going to affect my life. No, just as long as Trump ain't down.
Pastor John, at this point, it really does.
It really does.
Okay? You brought up a good point. At this point, it really does. Because with this climate change and this denial that's in the White House, not going to matter, sir. If you know all the money y'all saving from the tax cut, and speaking of money, I'm put a pin in there, because I got to come back to that. Okay? And after all this money you're saving, if you don't have a plan to live on, what good is going to do?
Because the world going to end in 12 years.
I don't know about 20.
Well, no, let's say 12, and let's do something about phosphate. Matter of fact, some of the candidates said it's already too late. The only thing that we can do is move to higher ground. It's already too late.
That's the guy lifting up the boy.
Now, you think black folk couldn't move out of New Orleans? What you think gonna happen when they try to move out of America to higher ground? They ain't going up on them mountains.
No.
They gonna die in Chicago. Well, look, last but not least.
Well, let me talk about my money now. I got to talk about my money before I go now.
What about your money?
That ain't my money. I need to borrow $1.40 from UNLQ. $1.40, both of you sit in.
No, Playboy, you gotta get him back. Oh, other guy, I gotta tell you what happened Friday with the black conservative. Let me tell you what happened Friday, man.
What did you do?
Ben Ferguson did a show. You ever heard of Ben Ferguson?
Yeah. How to do it, yeah.
You know, Black had called in, on my show earlier that day. We had talked about AC Ward and what he had did with the lady. You remember?
Right.
Ben Ferguson, he went and looked farther. He even had the lady, she was explaining exactly how graphic this was. And I called in, I told Ben, I said, I'm saddened by what I hear. AC was my lawyer one time, and I'm saddened at him and Kim Conrad for him to weaponize the police and code enforcement and the fire marshal like that. Both of them need to be dealt with in a legal capacity because this is wrong on so many levels, right?
Yes.
Right behind me, he answers another caller. Guess what the caller's name was?
Black Conservative.
No. He wouldn't dare do that on Ben. No, his name was Bolton. Oh, yeah. Oh, I ain't too. His name was Bolton. And then,
Black Conservative.
Yeah, no, ain't no more erudite mind, brilliant, back unbelievable. No, it's Bolton, and guess what he said? He said, Ben, that's why I listen to this show. Man, your show is better than CNN and any other show they got in the nation. If I wouldn't have been listening to you, I didn't know nothing about this was going on. He said, man, this is the first time I done heard this. You got a worldwide breaking news show. Man, I would have knew nothing if I wasn't listening to your show. And I sent him a text when I got through it. I said, you're a liar and a butt kisser.
What? He should have said
What?
That he's a step-inspector.
No, sir. I would not insult step or fetch it like that. I would not dare. I would not even dare insult Sambo like that. I would not insult buckwheat like that.
On my way out, okay? And then you want to know what I need that $1.40 for?
So you take Miss Masters out? She'll eat nothing but a Burger King.
No. We Miss Masters. We cool.
Yeah, y'all go get y'all one of them Impossible burgers. Them beef burgers they make it out of plants.
I'll get one of those things from today.
I'm tempted to try one and see what it tastes like.
Yeah, that's why I was so tempted. So look here, I need that $1.40 so I can get Mother Jones because I got $18.75. I want to put her in that $20 line at Church of God Christ.
You get up out my radio show, get up out, Jones. You get up out, get him out of here. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Hello, Carl. Welcome to the show.
Grace and peace. That's how you doing?
Grace and peace to you, sir.
How was your weekend?
We've been wonderful, man. Wonderful. We spent Saturday with God. We spent Sunday with God, and we started the day off with God. Wonderful.
Amen. That's awesome. It's always a pleasure to come up behind the other court jester or other guy or whatever you call himself.
Hey, class edition. What do you think about Jeffrey Epstein?
Oh, I figured it was coming sooner or later.
You know what? When this happened, I told my wife, I said, baby, I'll tell you something. Them kind of dudes like that, they disappear. He might not even be dead. Don't be surprised. He might not be surprised they don't show no proof. But I did know this here. Them kind of dudes like that in federal prison, they disappear. Now, when they came out the day before he supposedly committed suicide with Bill, what's his name? Bill Anderson, the ex-governor from Nevada or somewhere out there, and then there's other congressmen and Prince Andrew, and then they finna start naming these names. Bill Clinton, he already got caught in his lie. He said he ain't never been on that plane but 4 times. But the air log says he's been on that plane over 20 times, and 5 of the times he made the Secret Service stay back so he could be on the plane alone with whoever was on that plane. I said, them kind like that, they just be it by death, or if they got to put him on a remote island somewhere where he lived like a king over there in obscurity. But them kind like that, I knew. I said, them kind like that, got to see that. They'll take our Kenners of the world because the little pickings that they get with that, or the Bill Cosby, that's fine in there and stuff. Or they'll even get the Roger Ailes of the world. They'll hit them, but them kind like that right there, I knew. I said, nah, he gonna disappear. Watch and see.
Yeah, he had too much evidence and information on whoever he had.
Yeah, too many heavyweights involved in this here.
Oh yeah, yes sir, yes sir. Real quick, if you will allow me.
Oh, but one more thing too, and I always wonder, why is it everybody that's involved in a Clinton scandal always end up committing suicide? Jeffrey Epstein, Vince Foster, Ron Brown, whenever your name gets associated with a Clinton scandal, you end up committing suicide. That's a whole another one out there. Go ahead, I talked enough. I'm sorry.
It's another. I'm thinking it's another body added to the Clinton body count. It's suicide. They interviewed an FBI agent. I can't remember which news source it was. I think I read it on my phone earlier. I'm actually still here in Vegas. They were saying it's amazing. The FBI agents like, how could he commit suicide? Like, I've been in that facility numerous of times.
No, I wasn't sitting there. No wonder man was on suicide watch. Man, I've been in prison called the state of Tennessee in the United States of America. Number one, the dude on suicide watch. So ain't no suicide, man. He in a butt naked cell. Suicide watch is a butt naked cell, man. In order for you to commit suicide, you got to beat yourself to death with the bed frame. That's it. Ain't nothing to hang yourself on. Ain't nothing to hang yourself with.
That's it. And even if you got something to hang yourself with, when I worked for the state here, well, where I'm at now, the facility I worked in, we had kids on suicide watch. So I literally had to physically walk by that room every 7 minutes.
Well, you know, they said they've been overworked, so they were tired. They were tired. I know you're tired. You so tired. You hear that man that don't. Let me go. Don't do that. Guard. Jesus Christ. Pastor, I got to hold on, man. I got some more videos I got to play.
All right, man. I'll rap about the other thing tomorrow.
What was the thing? Because I did all talk. What was the thing you want to rap about?
Well, real quick, I was saying I kind of got a better understanding and a better view of some of the callers that call the show, like Sister Masters, my apologies. I was talking with my grandmother about an hour before the show started. She's back in New York, and I was there in March. My grandfather passed. And we were talking, and she just started a discussion about Trump. And I was like, oh, this is about to be real interesting. Mm-hmm. And so her opinions, of course, didn't line up with my view on it. And every time I got ready to explain to her what she was incorrect. She was saying that unemployment in New York, she said, quote, unemployment in New York is the lowest that it's ever been. I said, is that not a good thing, Grandma? And she defended the fact that she thought unemployment meant that more people were out of work.
Because what they thinking, when they hear the numbers, they thinking everything is telling them get rid of Trump. You remember I showed my master the scripture where it said, God said, Jacob I love and Esau I hated. And I asked her, I said, what that scripture mean to you, my master? And she told me that it means feed the poor.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, oh God. You know,
that's crazy.
That's what we're dealing with. I gotta catch this other call, man. Keep throwing me that red button.
All right, got you, bro.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, thank you, Jesus, and I love you. Thank you for what you did for all of us.
Amen.
Yes.
May they hear us and accept you.
Amen, Pastor. And Pastor, I was just saying that. I said, man, it's getting so bad in Chicago. They're not even saying the people's names anymore. They're only saying the age and if they're in critical condition or not.
Yeah. Closing hospital doors for getting. They're not even reporting on the news anymore. But these are the people that stand with firmness behind the liberal democratic agenda. People don't even report you on. They don't count them as a mass shooting. You got 40-some people that got shot and killed, but they don't count you out as mass shooting because you're irrelevant to them. They ain't got to offer you nothing. They ain't got to do nothing for you. You're gonna blindly follow them anyway, and they know it.
Yeah, I just wonder, like, how many more gotta die? Is it 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? How many more before
it don't matter. As long as they get rid of Trump, it don't matter. And I'll tell you another reason why they not bringing up Chicago. See, they can't blame it on Trump, so now we need to be quiet about that. Now, keep that down.
Yeah, that's right. What's your thoughts on this red flag law?
I'm glad you brought it up because I want to bring up this thing about this universal background check, too. People not realize, you know, when it comes to guns, let me preface this with this statement. Number one, it's not only a constitutional right, but the Bible tells you as a Christian, Luke 22:36, that if you don't have a sword, you need to go buy a sword. It says a strong man armed can protect his house. You have a right, godly and government-wise, to own a weapon. Now, for me, I try to stay away from guns, not because it's not my right. If I have to use one, I know how to use one But because of my past life, I don't like the memories of what my past life was. But my wife and both my girls, not only are they armed, but they have permits to carry. Y'all be getting cute. That's right, cute. Y'all be careful with this universal background check and this red flag stuff that they doing. Even though now for me personally, I don't see no use for those assault weapons. I do not personally. But now, I do know this. When you start letting them infringe on you buying your weapons that you want to choose, I'm telling y'all, that's a slope you don't want to go down because, okay, take this one. They say universal background check is to stop the folks that got mental illness, right?
Hey, Pastor, I really got to go. It might be a job on us.
Go ahead, man. I know what you're waiting on. But I'm going to keep on the dialogue. With a universal background check, less than 4% of the people that have done these shootings in the last decade have been diagnosable mental illness. What they saying, y'all, with the universal background check is, I got something to play on that. These folks gonna go sit around here and say, okay, my dad died. My dad has an old gun that he had for 50, 60, 70 years. He gave my brother one, he gave me one. Mm-hmm. About a universal background check, that would make my dad a criminal and make me a criminal. Because you can't sell a weapon, you can't trade a weapon without it going through a clearance through the government. With this red flag stuff. What they're going to do is, man, everybody love to look Facebook and all that. I can get on Facebook and say, Q, I'm tired of you, man. I'm going to bust your head next time I see you. They can take that red flag stuff and use that to stop you from buying a weapon. You know, don't nobody talk about this no-fly record they got. Don't nobody know how to get on the no-fly thing, and they don't know how to get you off of it. They can arbitrarily take away your rights to own a weapon, and you just because some you done said on Facebook, y'all better be careful with this. This guy, LaPierre, I downloaded some on here. He'll explain to you the loopholes in this. There's some loopholes in it. Be careful with this now, Mr.
Here's what the media won't tell you. The NRA has fought for 20 years to put the records of those adjudicated mentally incompetent into the National Instant Check System. And until the politicians demand that they are submitted, killers who are legally prohibited from owning firearms will walk into gun stores and pass every background check they take. So if they really wanted to make a difference, the media would lead every newscast with a reminder that the names of millions of violent felons, criminal gangbangers, and adjudicated mentally incompetent and dangerous people are missing from the background check system. But no one gets ratings by telling the truth about how to stop mass killers. So they don't report that 38 states submit less than 80% of their felony convictions to the system, leaving more than 7 million felony convictions in the dark. They don't tell you the truth. Instead, the only thing the average American has heard about background checks is the absolute fallacy that what we need is more.
Well, we pause for the call. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, sir. I just won San Antonio data for a donation. I would like to donate, some old paper wadding and old gunpowder for the muskets your dad left you. That's probably the gun you got in your house. You got to load it real.
You try to take in your house with that.
You said in guns are old, something you know.
No, they that old. But it's the kind like Matt Dillon them, one of them 38 where you gotta flip the slide thing and slide them bullets in there and keep going. That stuff on TV where they keep shooting, it don't work. They don't take the shots.
People there, at least the shell don't come out and you don't leave fingerprints from the.
Watch that creature gonna make folks think you're a hitman. You're a hitman around here, ain't you?
I'll tell you what, people, they won't get my guns. They'll get them in taxes. They'll tax ammo to the height. They're gonna make the.
You know Joe Biden had to change. Well, he wants to do the assault weapon buyback. Joe, the people that can afford those assault weapons, they're not gonna sell you their guns.
Well, is he gonna cure cancer first? And
I definitely don't think that the bank robbers, they're not gonna sell you their guns either, Joe.
No, please. Anybody that Democrats will turn everybody into criminals. Because they'll offer you a chance to come in, then you don't, then you're a criminal, illegal. And that red flagging, if that starts, I hope Trump doesn't fall for that game.
I'll tell you, you know what, Chris, you just made me think about it. I can prove that when they start out with universal background check, I can prove they're trying to take your weapon. Know how?
Oh. Yes.
Elizabeth Warren, Dana O'Rourke, and some more of them, all of them are calling for people to boycott Walmart to make them stop selling guns, period.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
It's a slippery slope they're trying to slide down, y'all. Be careful. Be very careful.
Be very careful, because they're going to make that your Second Amendment right, they're going to make it a Second Amendment privilege. And only if you got money, you're going to be able to have a gun.
The only way that the government can get true tyranny is to take the guns from the people.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
People are so busy focusing on white supremacists and fanatics. They go out there and kill people. But what they don't realize that they'll take that bit of emotionalism and use that to disarm the people so that the whole country becomes a soft target. Don't y'all get it?
Yep, they don't get it. And that's the scary part. They don't get it. That's how weak, frail, and they depend on, when you need protection there in a minute, guess what? It'll be there in about 10 minutes. Somebody's coming to your house where you're going to not have a gun, going to call the police to protect you.
They don't want you to have a gun. The people that's coming to your house are going to be the ones with the badge. But that's another story.
Amen. Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, I got to play this rest of this clip. Love you, man. By the way, for their pest control, who do they call?
They call the Godfather, 901-581-5534.
Godfather Pest Control, 901-581-5534. He'll kill what's bugging you.
Amen.
Amen. Let's finish this Wayne
The
Lafayette.
system is only as good as the records within it. And the records only get submitted if the politicians demand it. What are the Oregon killer, the WDBJ killer, the Charleston church killer, the Santa Barbara killer, the Maryland Mall killer, the LA Airport killer, the DC Navy Yard killer, the Aurora Movie Theater killer, the Tucson killer, the Virginia Tech killer, and both Fort Hood killers have in common. Every single one of them passed a background check. If you cast a net and the fish swim through the holes, you don't need a bigger net. You need tighter holes. But when it comes to a background check system that's missing the names of millions of prohibited people, the politicians don't want to fix it. The best kept secret is that the National Instant Check System wouldn't exist at all if it weren't for the NRA. It's true. Back in the 90s, President Clinton forced passage of a mandatory waiting period on every handgun purchased in America. Not a background check, a wait. But NRA said as soon as the technology was available, their wait had to be replaced by an instant background check done by the dealer at the point of sale. NRA supported it, NRA got the votes, and NRA got it passed. We demanded an honest system that was supposed to make sure good people can purchase firearms as quickly as possible, a system that catches violent felons, the adjudicated mentally incompetent and dangerous, and every other prohibited person right at the point of sale, where they would be prosecuted for a federal felony. But they aren't. What has happened instead is one of the greatest failures in the history of American leadership. In 2010, roughly 80,000 prohibited people committed a felony by trying to buy a gun. Just 44 were prosecuted for it. Does that sound like a good number to anybody? So when you hear politicians who won't fix the broken system talk about expanding it, don't buy it. Demand what works. Put armed security in every school. Fix the broken mental health system. Enforce the federal gun laws against every criminal thug on the street. Prosecute dangerous people when they show up to buy a gun. And for God's sake, put every prohibited person into the system. That's what common sense gun laws look like.
Thank you. I forget you can't talk. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. And I'm not the biggest fan in the world of that. I'm not. But now, I am a big fan of God. And I do know this here. That thing they throwing out there, universal background check, the thing that really bothered me is this red flag. Who qualifies for this red flag? Is it a red flag when you get a domestic violence assault? Is it a red flag when you post something on Facebook that could be threatening? Is it a red flag when one of your neighbors say that they think that you're a little weird and that you shouldn't be allowed to be able to protect yourself? Well, I mean, what's going to constitute these red flags? The background checks less than 4% of the people that have committed these shootings. No, he just named them out for you. Less than 4% would have been diagnosed with a mental illness that would stop them from owning the weapon. So that means over 96% of these people would pass the background check. And of course, Joseph just sent me one. It's a red flag if you go see a counselor. Now that's interesting. Now that's interesting because I know I got a lot of friends of mine that have served in the military, that are dealing with PTSD. A lot of people that have not been in the military, they've been to prison or they've been through some traumatic experience in life. Post-traumatic stress syndrome can come from a whole lot of different places. If you go get some counseling for that, you red flagged. What about the ones who go to their guidance counselor or to their personnel department or to their psychiatrist and say that I'm suffering with deep depression or I thought about committing suicide? That's a red flag. What about the ones you got mad, pushed your wife? You didn't beat the brains out of her, you pushed your wife. Shouldn't have put your hands on her, but it was considered a domestic assault. And even though it got reduced to just a misdemeanor and they gave you diversionary probation, is that a red flag?
So you telling me the red flag could be it's so wide that
that's what I'm thinking.
They just making it so wide it could be anything. What?
I think we better investigate what is the red flag.
Yeah, cause I want to know.
Video on what is the red flag.
Here are some matching videos.
Let's see, here go a little bit on, okay, they talk about it a little bit on the BBC, that's a good news source.
Okay.
I like them, they worldwide, they take it from a world point of view, I like that.
Your officer was providing service to a community.
Sheriff's office!
And in the aftermath, I got
Back! Open the door!
he was killed, and 4 other officers were injured.
Sheriff's office!
There's a mental health crisis, not only in Colorado, but in our nation. We're here because we want to make sure you're okay. The key to it is to remove a handgun when they're so unable to make rational decisions for their own health and their own welfare. He's gone through a manic episode. Where did it take him?
As a law enforcement officer, I don't feel like this is a power that should be given to any law enforcement agency. It's an infringement of someone's constitutional rights.
You're still in there.
Zach's life will not be lost in vain.
So people have started to ask, okay, what can we do in cases where there's someone who law enforcement, family members would all say should not have a gun, especially not a gun like an AR-15, but they don't actually have a legal mechanism to do so.
My office, I'm supposed to do whatever I can to make sure that the community is and use it within inside the confines of the laws of the state of Colorado. And I saw that my hands were tied, that I couldn't do my job.
We must make sure that those judged to pose a grave risk to public safety do not have access to firearms, and that if they do, those firearms can be taken through rapid due process. That is why I have called for red flag laws.
A red flag law is a type of court order that allows a judge to require the seizure of legally owned guns when the owner presents an imminent risk of harm to either themselves or others. The guns can be ordered seized in a hearing without the gun owner present, and that is something that gives a lot of gun rights advocates pause. Another hearing is immediately scheduled in 2 weeks, where the gun owner can come into court and explain why they don't pose a threat to themselves or others.
I never believed that we would pass a law in the state that would go this far and it would ask local law enforcement to do exactly what I've always preached against, which is disarming people over something that isn't upheld in our court processes.
It sounds like a knee-jerk reaction to something that, yeah, sure, maybe it might save a life, but at what cost? What is the cost? Well, you're right. You're taking away my property.
This law isn't aimed at addressing the person, it's aimed at addressing a firearm. And that's where the risk lies for me. I don't think gun control is the answer. I think dealing with people is the answer.
I don't want people that are mentally unstable to have guns. I firmly believe in that, but I also believe...
Well, let's pause for the call, man. This is fascinating, man. They got to disarm just about everybody who's been former police, military. Man, this is crazy.
You don't have to be there.
Man. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hey, that's the guy, man. How y'all doing today?
Man, good, sir. How you?
Good, thanks. I got some good irony for you.
Okay.
I like to peruse the pawn shops in town looking for deals on firearms. And I happened to be down at one right by Poplar and Danny Thomas. And, right down from 201.
Right.
And I saw a deal on one, and I wanted it.
Right.
So I filled out the 4473, and it takes like 15 minutes. So I'm just talking with dude, and we got talking. I actually bought an old MPD service 9mm. And we got talking, and just in conversation it came up. And he actually said this, the owner, he said, there's Memphis officers that have a misdemeanor domestic violence charge that are still on the force that can't come in here and buy a weapon, buy a firearm from me because they can't pass the background check. So the irony is the same dude that has his service weapon can show up but can't buy one under the red flag law or would have them taken away, can come to your house with his government-issued firearm and point it at you and physically take your firearms away.
Ain't it scary?
Well, ain't that something, man?
Ain't it scary? Ain't it scary?
And I told you all this before, and I tell everybody this, especially when I have a lot of liberal friends, I said, my rights don't come from the government, they come from God and the mere fact that I'm on earth as a human being.
Luke 22:36, it tells us that if you don't have a sword to go buy a sword, it says a strong man armed can protect his house. God gives us, Christianity does not allow us to attack, but it tells us to defend.
Right. So, I thought that was funny that somebody that can't legally buy like I can, can come and take them away.
Ain't that something? I got to move to the next call, man, but thank you for that, man.
All right, y'all good.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Pastor Guys, White Brown.